Today I'm trying a little bit of an experiment. I haven't really done this type of deal before, but I've got high hopes that it's going to work out for us here. Perfect. Now we're finally pulling the full amperage. So this battery's been on this charger now for about 13 minutes and 20 seconds. And I'm trying to recondition it a little bit because it's not holding a charge whatsoever and it's dead all the time. So I've got all the cells opened up and exposed, and I know what I'm supposed to be seeing is like vigorous bubbling from each and every cell. First of all, one cell was dry, so I topped it up with some distilled water, and now this has been on there. This is only round one. I'm supposed to do this 5 times, but I don't know if you guys are able to see in there at all, but there is some bubbling happening from the center cells. The end cell that I had to refill is empty, or I'm sorry, is not bubbling at all. The other ones are kind of slow. It should look like a vigorous kind of boil when we get to that point. So this charger is just working a bit of overtime here. Got another minute left. After 15 minutes of this running, then I shut it off. Then we go about an hour. It sits, cools down, relaxes, and then I come back after an hour, fire it up again, do it one more time. So I'm going to repeat this cycle a total of 5 times, and I'm trying to recondition this battery, which is only a couple years old. But an issue with this Mustang, my wife's car, the battery just kept on going dead. Newer alternator was installed roughly the same time the battery was replaced, and we kept on having electrical problems with this car. It seems to drain the battery just for the fun of it. Not sure if it's the BCM, the body control module, that's kind of giving us grief, which is sort of responsible for like everything on the car. The odometer display is part of it, power windows, power locks, the courtesy light. I think almost everything in the car is run through that module. So somewhere there's a leak. Haven't been able to find it. And here we go. Time's up. I'm going to switch this off. So now the battery's going to rest. So let's set the timer for 1 hour. And we're going to start. There we go. So now we wait for an hour, and then we crank this guy back up again. So I think for now I'm just gonna halfway shut the hood. Oh, what the heck, we can leave it open. It's not going anywhere. Alrighty, so we'll give her a round 2 in just a blink of an eye for you guys, and go from there. Alright, just heading out here for round 2. Get the cable connected. So this has been after an hour's rest. Okay, cool. Then we go to 200 amps. Get the timer ready. Start the timer. All right. And now we wait. Oh yeah, right off the hop, that one's bubbling pretty good. Hey, looks like a bit of activity out of the first cell as well. That's awesome. Didn't have any last round. Very good. So 15 minutes later and we'll shut this off. Alrighty, we got about a minute left on our clock here. We're still pumping out, according to the gauge, 200 amps, but that's, who knows. The battery cables are definitely warm. Definitely warm. That means there's something happening there. Let's take a look. Cell number 1 is bubbling pretty consistently. Number 2 is not too bad. 3 is slow. 4 is a little bit faster. 5 is going pretty good. 5 is almost as good as 1. And number 6 looks like it's giving me a slow blup every once in a while, so that's more than it was doing the first round, which is totally awesome. That means this might actually get some life back in this battery. So we got another 15 seconds. And there's a lot of mouse poop on this car. Last year a mouse got in, never left. I had to tear apart the interior to clean it. The car still smells, so I'm gonna have to do it again a little more thoroughly, I think, this time. But we'll make it work the best we can. All right, we're off now. So I'm going to set this for an hour, because now we rest for an hour. Okay, the clock is ticking. So we come back to this in about an hour. Give that battery a chance to settle down, and that unit a chance to cool down, and we'll hit it again. So that was number 2. Next will be number 3. Okay, so now we're looking at round 3. This is after a rest for an hour. Start the timer. Oops. Looks like we're getting something happening in the last cell that was refilled. That's good news. The others are also acting like they should now. Starting to bubble up. Okay, another 15-minute round. And then we will come back out and shut this guy off. And then after this, just 2 more times. All right, and this is the tail end of this last 15-minute round. Great bubbling out of number 1 and number 2. Number 3 is doing pretty good. 4 is not too shabby. 5 is good. And look at number 6 finally bubbling away. Looks a little overfilled. But this is a huge improvement so far. So I'm gonna shut that off. All right. Take the clamp off, and let her cool down again, and then we'll be back in another hour. Alrighty, so we're right at the end of number 4. Looks like we're getting some gas popping out of this thing now. Everybody's boiling beautifully. It's gonna be perfect. I don't know if you guys can see that smoke coming out of there. It's tricky to translate under the GoPro, but I think we're doing good. Awesome. Okay, cool. Now we rest. Now we rest. Alrighty, so this will be round number 5. So we had some nice smoke coming out of our last time around. And we still have fluid in all the cells. Although that one, no, they all look actually all right. Let's crank it up. All right. Get my timer going. Okay, timer is ticking. Look at that, right away. Smoke show began. I think you guys can see that a little bit. Every single one of them's got smoke. Cool. Okay, give it some time, and then we'll come back after. Okay, the timer just beeped at me for 15 minutes. So this was number 5. So we should be in battery zone now. Oh yeah, look at that mess. They're all at a vigorous boil. Exactly as I was told it should have been. And we're back. Look at that. The battery meter dropped down now. That's the first time I've seen it under 200. That's a little bit better. So we're off now. Still producing a bit of gas here. Cool. And those caps will go on. All right. And I suppose I should probably have gloves to do this. I will get a screwdriver too. Oh yeah, it's building pressure still. I'll let them vent out like that. All right, and tomorrow I will button them up properly. Now I put everything away and we see if tomorrow we have a battery.